Right, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda Cr-V, and it's a 2-litre EX automatic, finished in this beautiful metallic blue. Really lovely looking car in this colour, on this car rather. Finished with a black leather interior. Been very well looked after this vehicle in every way, inside and out. It's absolutely beautiful. Just to go around the car for you, lights and lenses completely intact. Front, the bonnet rather, you're only going to have a front one, aren't you? Not a rear one. But again, very clean. Hardly a mark of any note anywhere on there. I'm sure there must be something, but I can't see anything immediately obvious. Coming down the near side of the vehicle first, just to squat down there, but the panel work is very clean. Front wing, again, clean as a whistle. Front near side alloy, very good. Just one tiny little bit of curbing, just see up there, just caught, but nothing that sort of really detracts in any way. And then the panel work down here, really good. It's not to say there won't be the odd, very light little brush mark or something on the paintwork. The camera doesn't pick up on everything, so we do wholeheartedly recommend people come and see the cars, obviously. Rear alloy, absolutely unmarked there. Around the back of the car, bumper corner, again very clean. Just squat down there again, just to show you the panel work there. Obviously EX model with the parking sensors colour coded to the vehicle, all working absolutely perfectly. And then around to the off side of the vehicle, driver side. Then as with the near side, absolutely like a mirror in the panel work. No indentations, nothing on there at all. Offside rear alloy. This is the only alloy that's got any marks of any note really. Just caught a little bit on the edge there, and just on the spoke there. But that is on there. The whole point of the video is to pick up on anything I can. Worth pointing out, actually, this car's got a full set of Dunlop tyres, which have been very recently fitted. It's again a really lovely sign of ownership, and premium brand tyres put onto any vehicle. And that's the panel work there, as you can see. Absolutely beautiful. And then fine alloy, very good. Just a couple of marks and a couple of spokes there, but nothing again that detracts when you look at a car that's now coming up to 9 years old. And it said it's done its miles, it's only done 47,000 miles, but done them absolutely wonderfully well. Let's come into the boot area. Absolutely huge boots on these Cr-Vs. You can see that it's got its full complement of tonneau cover, middle shelf, and spare wheel cover underneath there. These middle shelves can be dropped down. They're actually shaped, so this section here fits in exactly to this little recess down here, which is where I tend to put them, because I've found no practical use for them at all, but I'm sure people do. This offside rear door card looks absolutely as new. Now, if you've seen lots of Cr-Vs, you'll know that they do vary, not in terms of build quality, but in terms of ownership. They are little play dons for kids, and some kids seem to damage them less than others, and whoever's had this has kept it absolutely amazingly well, or they've banned kids from the car entirely, because I can't imagine mine ever looking as good as this one. Leatherwork looks pretty much as new in the fact. Absolutely amazing. And the leg room is astonishing in these Cr-Vs, absolutely incredible. Just quickly show you the near side rear door card as well. It really is, it's amazing to see them as good as that. So the front passenger door card, again as with the others, lovely condition. Footwell area is all very clean and tidy. Front passenger seat here, again, looks like it's had hardly any use at all, looks almost as new. So final door card, driver's one. Obviously this is the one which will have any wear at all. There's a few light sort of ring marks, but I mean, I'm being really fussy. Compared to most, it's far better. Then footwell areas all very clean and tidy. And driver seats, as with the others, in absolutely beautiful condition. So inside the car now, just to pan around the dashboard for you, but it's as close to new condition as you'll ever see. Little cubby hole up here, again all these little recesses, absolutely immaculate inside. see the sat nav working absolutely perfectly. If I pop the into reverse there, you can see lovely crystal clear parking camera there as well, all working perfectly as well. Dual zone climate control system, all switch gear again just been kept in fabulous order. I'll just come up to the dashboard now for you, just to pan in there, just to show you 47,025 miles, and apart from low fuel light, there's no warning lights on this car at all. Steering wheel looks and feels pretty much as new in hand as does all the other stuff. Cruise control functions there, obviously auto lights and auto wipers on these EX models as well, and then your remote radio controls, but really is an absolutely stunning condition in here, really is. Just to quickly show you, quite often overlooked actually, but the lock and wheel nut is here and present with the car, as is the owner's manual pack and its original binding. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Cr-V 2-litre EX automatic. This particular car is registered RV09UFX, and mileage at the start of this road test is, I'll tell you in a second, just 47,017 miles. The reason we do the road tests, very simply, is so customers get to see the cars we're actually selling in operation. That way, if there's anything on the car that we need to tell you about, mechanically or otherwise, then we can do so. You know, I've said before, it's hugely frustrating to go out to see a car and be told it's good, it looks nice in the pictures and in the adverts, and then you get to drive it and it's got an obvious fault which you would never have set off if you'd known about it. So hence, that's why we do it. So it is critical of the car. It's also done on the same very quiet roads, very close to our premises as well, so hopefully would be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive. If you've seen the advert for the car, you'll know that this car's been particularly well looked after mechanically, and it is so obvious as soon as you drive this particular car. It's absolutely as tight as a drum in every single way. Engine starts obviously instantly. As I said, it's been beautifully maintained. We've literally just serviced it ourselves as well, and it's gone through pre-delivery inspection. But the engine is an absolute gem, very sweet revving, very, very refined, eager to rev, but it's got plenty of flexibility as well to suit the automatic gearbox. Obviously cam chain driven, so there's no cam belts to worry about on these cars, and they've got a reputation as being by far and away the most reliable car in its class. You know, particularly this engine, it's an absolute wonder. No warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car, just low fuel light currently on the vehicle. Temperature gauge running at a third, and the car's been running for quite some time now, so it's at its maximum operating temperature, and that's exactly where it should be on the temperature gauge as well. Engine then feeds through into the Honda automatic gearbox, typical of the breed, very slick in terms of its operation and gear changes, very, very well matched to the engine, and it's a lovely relaxing way to drive one of these cars. Obviously what I'm looking for on road tests for the purpose of the video is just to see if there's any kind of faults, any kind of clonks, bangs and engagements or otherwise, and there's nothing at all. Not that I expect it on this mileage car, but certainly on the Honda. They take you hundreds of thousands of miles on these boxes. They're very, very tough indeed, but obviously you should still do the same sort of checks. So in terms of the powertrain of the vehicle, engine and gearbox, utterly faultless, absolutely beautiful. Steering of the car, always been one of the strong points on the CR-Vs, very well weighted, nice meaty feeling steering. Tracks absolutely, why do I do that on a corner? I'll go around the corner and do that. Tracks beautifully straight, there's no vibrations, right up to the legal limit, obviously as fast as I can go on the car on test drive, but very well suited to the vehicle. As I said, just tracks absolutely dead straight, no vibrations here. It's very well matched to the chassis as well, so it's quick enough to be direct without being over quick where it unsettles a car. And again, I can feel absolutely no wear coming through the steering of the vehicle at all. It feels tight as it was when it was new.
chassis of the vehicle, very, very comfortable rides on the Cr-Vs, especially on these tyres. The ride's well damped, it's well cushioned, it soaks up most of the sort of minor sort of irregularities in the road very well. But what it doesn't have, which is good, it doesn't have a lot of body roll through the corners, which can afflict a lot of kind of more upright vehicles. These Cr-Vs are noted always as being sort of very flat riding, very flat cornering, and it's you know, if your kids are prone to car sickness as my kids are, and I've had loads of these, then they'll revel in these, because, you know, it doesn't seem to afflict or affect kids anything like as badly as some cars. But again, the chassis itself rides the bumps very well. I'm getting no noises coming from underneath the vehicle in terms of kind of these secondary noises or little clunks and bangs underneath. You can hear it going over the bumps, which you're meant to be able to do, but as I said, that you know things like a lot of the rubber bushes and suspension, or these little anti-roll bar links, can sometimes chatter away on cars that haven't been particularly well cared for. But this has got none of that. It's absolutely lovely. Brakes on the car, lovely solid brake pedal, no pulsing vibrations. When it hit the brakes, the car pulls down straight and true, so again, suggests everything's in fine order underneath there as well, which I know it is because I've been under there earlier looking at them, so it's nice to see it show itself on road test. Accelerate away a bit more quickly to get away from the traffic. So it's 60 miles an hour now, just checking the cruise control function, which works exactly as it should. Also nice and quiet at this speed as well. Suggests again things like sort of door seals, roof seal, and windscreen seals are all in good order, because there's no wind hiss coming into the vehicle. Looking around inside the vehicle, I mean, these are superbly made cars. They really are wonderfully made vehicles. No buzzers, no creaks, no rattles, nothing at all. What the video can't really do or get across is, you know, just how clean this car is inside. It's been kept absolutely beautifully. You know, all the plastics have a lovely original sort of luster to them. Very sharp looking. But it's such a lovely place to sit and drive. Great driving position on them, great visibility at the front. Sat-nav system is simplicity itself and is mounted nice and high, so you don't have to take your eyes off the road for too long. The climate control system again just functions absolutely beautifully, by the way. Ice cold air coming out of there, but it's just so easy to use. All the controls have that lovely Honda quality touch to them as well. You've just the actuation of them is just of a very, very high standard. The main binnacle, classic Honda again, simple, easy, legible dials there, the rev counter and speedo, the sort of main ones on there, all working absolutely perfectly on the pixelation on any readouts, exactly as it should be as well. Likewise, steering wheel feels pretty much as new in hand, in all honesty. But it's, as I said, this is quite a special car. It's been very, very well looked after. Obviously, if you don't already know, and I'm sure you do, obviously this is a four-wheel drive car, albeit Honda sort of fathomed out very quickly, or worked out very quickly rather, that the vast majority of driving that people would be doing would be much as I'm doing now, just, you know, driving down normal roads where it doesn't need to be in four-wheel drive. So hence, 99.9% of the time, if this is your driving, it'll be running in two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive. That means ultimately it's less prone to, you know, excessive tyre wear. You know, uses less fuel as a result, less mechanical wear going through the car as well. Only when it needs to go into four-wheel drive will it do it automatically, and it's brilliant. And I've used it so many times. You know, we'd tow a caravan with ours, and we were up in the snow earlier this year. And it's amazing. You just, the front wheels spin momentarily, and the next thing you know is you've got grip as the rear wheels just come in, and then as quick as it comes in, it disengages itself. Absolute simplicity. And again, big advantage of that is reliability. I mean, they are incredibly tough systems. We've never had an issue with them, and we've literally sold thousands of Hondas running this same system. As I said, you know, at the outset of the video, the whole point of these videos is to be critical of the car. Unfortunately, when I can't criticise it, I can't, and I can't on this one. The car drives absolutely perfectly. It's a wonderful, wonderful example. Even Hondas with bad ownership can wear and show signs of being a bit sort of creaky around the edges. This feels like people have invested the money in its servicing because it drives sensationally well. However, if I've missed anything on the video, as always, don't hesitate, please do give us a call.